Working from home. The dream of oh so many of us for oh so long has finally become a reality thanks to the pandemic.
Now all I gotta say to you gonna be crumb snatching, coochie eating prankster.
But among the many upsides of working from home, turns out there's a few downsides. For example, how do I be a present parent to young kids who can't even spell work-life balance, let alone respect it?
Mom! Mommy! Mommy! Mama! Mama!
While simultaneously trying to serve clients, lead a team, grow a business, and, occasionally think about my significant other. Well, we know that boundaries are key, right? But saying, I'm working tomorrow from 8 a.m. to 11 a.m., so please don't interrupt me, well, that's one thing. But actually honoring that boundary while ignoring the pleas of your kids, the barking of your dog, the frustration of your now homeschooling spouse who's right down the hall, that's a very different thing. It seems like when you're in this situation, you have two choices. On the one hand, you can try to ignore all the outside world, including your family, and then have to live with that residual guilt for the rest of the day.
You couldn't ignore me if you tried.
Or you can be that swell guy or gal, get up from your desk, and go lend a helping hand. And then try not to resent your family for preventing you from doing the work that you need to do in order to provide for them. It's the ultimate catch-22, isn't it? Well, the good news is this whole work from home bit that's so novel to everyone else is actually something that I've been doing. It's been my modus operandi for the last 14 years. The defining feature and or challenge and or struggle, depending on how you want to look at it, of my working life for the last decade and a half. And over that time, through a pretty painful trial and error process, I've stumbled onto a few simple strategies, 3 in particular, that help me maintain my sanity, probably save my marriage.
And you get so mad at me.
Oh my
I
gosh.
feel like you want to kill me.
I do want to kill you.
And even, if you can believe it, advance my career a little bit along the way. The first strategy is to prioritize your morning. Pick a small block of time every workday morning where you're going to chip away at your most important work project before anyone in your house wakes up, before you work on some other routine kind of work like answering emails or looking at Twitter or updating your LinkedIn profile, things that can be done later in the day that don't require full concentration. Your priority time can be as little as 10 minutes or as much as an hour, depending on what your schedule allows. That's not important. The key thing is that whatever time frame you pick, you do it every single day so that you can start every morning with some sense of progress on this work project that's going to otherwise make you anxious. You're going to think about, oh, what if this is falling through the cracks while I'm trying to do these other things and I can't spend time with my kids or my friends or my family because I've got this project I got to work on. You chip away at it little by little every morning so that it can put your mind at ease. At various times throughout my career, I've spent priority time chipping away at book chapters or articles. I spent some months working on figuring out search advertising, how it works, how to use it, what doesn't work, how to make it work for me. Other times I'll spend it on a client project, figuring out how to create a customized keynote or workshop to meet the needs of that specific client. Most recently this summer, I spent my priority time figuring out the nuts and bolts and nuances of video making. Something about which I knew nothing 6 months ago, but that I had determined, for obvious reasons, was going to be really critical to my near-term success. Now for you, your priority time might be spent strategizing about a customer account that you just got, or a really important one that you want to amplify, or a new one that you don't quite have yet, but you want to try and land sometime in the next few weeks. Or maybe it's going to be designing a new product, or updating or revising a web page. Whatever is that kind of creative, important work project that you can chip away at over the course of time that's going to give you a sense of accomplishment every single morning. Pro tip here, If you think you can maybe make 30 minutes doable, only set your priority time for 15 minutes. What's more important is to make sure that you do it for that amount of time every single day, no excuses. So make it easy, make it attainable. And if some morning you're working and 15 minutes has come and gone and nobody else is awake and nothing else is begging for your time, and all of a sudden it's been 30 or 45 minutes, great. That just means you started your day with bonus time. Strategy number 2, the daily double.
Double down. What? Got an 11. You always double down on 11.
Pick one work win and one personal win that you're going to score every day. Your work win could be as simple as using priority time and actually sticking to it. So actually spending 15 totally uninterrupted minutes on that particular work project that day. Or maybe it's something as simple as check in with each of your team members today and just say, hey, how are you? Via text, via email, via phone call, however you want to do it, just something that's totally easy, totally attainable, and achievable for that day. Similarly, your personal win could be give your roomies one compliment. So tell your spouse, hey, you look great today. Tell your kids, wow, you're really getting the hang of this whole remote school thing, aren't you?
Thanks, Dad.
You will be amazed at how something as simple as a one little compliment given every day will snowball into stronger relationships and will help you alleviate that sense that you're constantly failing in both work and at home. And be sure to set a notification. Once you decide what each of these wins are going to be, set a notification on your digital calendar so that when it comes up, whether on your computer or on your phone, you can savor that little victory of, yep, I got that today. Strategy number 3, keep score. Give yourself a numeric rating on the categories that matter most to you. A long time ago, my wife and I decided to start having weekly budget meetings to get a better handle on our finances. And the process worked pretty well. We met together every week and we would go over every bit of income and expense, category by category, line by line, every single week. And it was very effective at giving us a sense of control over our finances. But after a few months, we started to realize that something was missing, that a balanced budget actually didn't mean squat if we weren't making progress on the areas of life that we really cared about. Because really, money, it turns out, is just a means to an end. So we could have all the money in the world and be totally balanced in our budget, but if we were miserable or we weren't happy or we didn't feel healthy, what did it even matter? So what we did is we added 3 new categories to our personal budget spreadsheet. At the bottom of the spreadsheet, we had a category for our relationship with each other, our time spent with kids, and how healthy we felt. Those 3 categories every week after we did our budget, we gave them a 1 through 10 rating. 10 was really good, 1 sucked. And over time, we were able to start seeing trends and patterns. We could see, okay, well, all of a sudden, our time spent with each other, the quality of our relationship, it used to be at like an 8 or 9, and now the last couple of weeks, it's only been at a 6. So the next month, we would say, okay, that's something we need to work on. Let's be intentional about setting up a date night this month or this week. Or we'll put the kids to bed early on Monday and we'll watch a movie.
Need that extra push over the cliff. You know what we do?
Put it up to 11.
11, exactly.
Something so that we could have kind of the canary in the coal mine about potentially burgeoning problems that we're building up that otherwise we may not have noticed until it was too late, frankly.
Right. You know what? I won't murder you.
Aww, I love you.